Today class is about SS range and no SS range. Okay, SS range and no SS range both are compiler options. So how will you compile your COBOL programs? You copy one member from the demo.cobol, that is Xcop. Using Xcop, we are compiling our COBOL programs. Okay, so in that compiler option, so we will provide SS range and no SS range. Okay, so while compiling any array programs, so then only we can prefer these options. Okay, at compilation, so we can see this line / compile exec pgm is equal to igy Okay, this is the utility we are using for compilation to generate our source code into object code. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
to check the syntactical errors. So in PALM, lib comma list comma, after that you can write SS range or no SS range. Okay, if you write SS range, so it will take the compiler of option is SS range, and by default it will take no SS range. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
so coming to SS range, array out of bound exception. Okay, it is array out of bound exception. So it is one of the compiler option. So in your program, so you declare a array with how many occurrences? 6 occurrences. Okay, but you're trying to access 7 occurrences. If the compiler option is SS range, then your program will be abandoned with sock4 at execution time. Okay, at the execution
Yes,
time
ma'am.
means X run. Okay, you can see sock4. Sock4 is a memory exception or protection.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, see one example. So 01, my table name is subject. 02 S subjects. Pick 9 of 3 occur how many times? 6
6
times.
times.
Okay, but in I, so that is subscript variable, move 7 to I. Here, how many occurrences are there? 7.
6,
You are trying to access 7.
7.
At that time, your compiler option is compile exec pgm igctl palm lib list ss range means at execution time you can see sock4 abandoned. Got it?
Yes, ma'am. While compiling time, there will not be any error. While execution time only, we will get.
Yes. If your
Okay.
compiler option is not ss range, so it is a default compiler option. No need to write. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you declare a array with 6 occurrence and trying to access 7 occurrence but the compiler option is no SS range, then the program will never abandon at execution time. Okay, we don't get any abandon. See example 01 subject table name is occurs 6 times. Subscript variable I move 7 to I. Trying to access 7 occurrence, but in your declaration you are accessing 6 occurrences. So at compilation time we'll get maxi 0, compile exec pgm igcrctl palm equal to lib comma list. So if you write no SS range or not written, by default it will take no SS range only. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So at the time of execution also we are getting maxi 0. So you can compile and execute this program and check what is the sysout. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Next topic, calls are subroutines. We can also call it as subroutines or calls. So previously you copybooks know if the file structure is repeated more than one time, So we used to use copybooks now, right? So we
Mm.
store our file structure in a copybook in a member. We used to call the copybook like copy member name. Okay. If the same copybook is repeated more than one time in the program, we use copy with replacing statement. Okay. So it is also same like that, but it is different. Okay. If the
Yes,
same
Mani.
if the same functionality was repeated in multiple programs, then we can prefer subroutines. Okay. So the repeated functionality we can write it in the separate program. That program we can call it as subprogram. Okay. The
Yes,
subprogram is
Mani.
always called from the main program using call statements. Means there are two programs, main program and subprogram. So we used to call the subprogram using call statement from the main program. So we can call same subprogram in same main program more than one time using call statement. Okay, we can also call the same subprogram into the main program more than one time also. So there are two programs there, main program and subprogram. Difference between main program and subprogram. So what is the main difference? So main program is a calling program. Means main program will call the subprogram and subprogram will be the called program. Called program means subprogram always called by the main program. Main program variable declaration in either working storage section or file section or linkage section. Okay, we can declare the variables in three ways: working storage, file section or linkage section. But in subprogram, variables declare in either linkage section or working storage section or file section. First, we will give preference for the linkage section in subprogram. So we can use call statement to invoke the subprogram. Okay. Subprogram always called or invoked into the main program. Okay. So at the end of the program, we'll prefer stop run. If it is a main program, we'll write stop run. If it is a subprogram, we'll write go back. Go back means so from where the cursors come from, it will get back to the same position. Go back. So the cursor come from the main program only now. By using call statement, we call the subprogram. So subprogram logic is executed. Last line is go back. So from where the cursor comes from, main program. Go back statement will return the cursor to the main program. Okay. Compile after subprogram. Compilation only we can compile the main program. Means first we have to compile all the subprograms. How many subprograms are there? We have to compile all the subprogram first. Then only we can compile the main program. Okay, subprogram is before main program compilation only we can compile the subprogram. Means before the compilation of subprogram, we used to compile all the subprograms. So we can run only main program. At execution time, no need to run all the subprograms. We just directly run the main program. Why? Because already subprograms are invoked into the main program at the time of execution only. We can't run the subprograms because the subprograms already invoked into the main program using call statement. Okay. We can pass the data from the main program to subprogram. Okay, we can pass. See, in subprogram, we must and should use the linkage section variables only to receive the data from the main program. If you want to receive the data from the main program, you must and should use linkage section variables only in the subprogram. Okay. Clear about difference between main program and subprogram? Hello.
Mani?
Understand what is difference between main program and subprogram?
Yes, Mani.
Yes, man.
So if you see practically, then you can understand clearly. Okay.
Yes,
So there is a note point. The main program variables and subprogram linkage section variable must and should be contain same picture class length. Okay. Main program picture class length of variables of the picture class length and subprogram and linkage section variables picture class length should be equal. Either different variable names. Okay. They
yes, Mani.
should contain same picture class, either same variable name or different variable name. You can take different variable names, but the picture class length should be equal. Okay. So types of calls. So there are two ways to call the subprogram from the main program, that is static call and dynamic call. Static call, dynamic call is like similar to static variables and dynamic variables. Okay. Types of passing the data from main program to subprogram. So we can also, few people will call like that. There are three ways we can pass the data from main program to subprogram. So they will use main program and subprogramming words. So one more, there are three ways we can pass the data from one program to another program. Main program to subprogram, or one program to another program, or there are three ways we can pass the data from one module to another module. These three are same only, same questions. You can pass the data from main program to subprogram, one program to another program, one module to another module. Okay, all are equal. Means there are different names like this: one program, main program, subprogram, one program, another program, one module, another module. Okay. So the three ways are like simple call, call by content, and call by reference. So we don't use manual call by value. So while note point, while calling the subprogram, we can pass the data from main program to subprogram. Okay. While calling only, we are passing the data from the main program to subprogram. Understand what is main program and what is subprogram? Okay.
Yes, Mani.
It is like in general example, you can see attender. Okay, the officer, attender, and bell. So the officer will ring the bell. So the attender will come inside the room, and so what is the task assigned by the officer? He'll complete the task. Okay. So how many times the officer will bell the ring? That times the attender will come inside the room and complete the task now. So similarly, main program will call the subprogram. How many times the main program will call the subprogram? So that many times the subprogram will invoke into the main program. Okay, understand?
Yes, Mani.
Yes,
It is
man.
in a general example, the relation between bell and attender. How many times the bell rings, the attender will get inside the room, and so he'll complete the task. What is the task assigned by the officer? Similarly, how many times the call statement will call the subprogram? The subprogram will invoke into the main program. How many times the call statement will call the subprogram? Okay.